Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? Hope you are doing well. In this lecture, I'm again come with interview question, and it is a very important question. And the question is based upon the default scope ordering and reordering of the active record queries. Okay, so first let's discuss that what is the default scope. So default scope is something that you can define in your active record model, and whatever condition you define in the default scope, it will be there always on the response of the collection, okay, or the collection that you face from the database, or whatever query you make over that active record model. The default scope will apply first, and then you can perform other query operations on there. Okay, for example, that right now you can see that I have these employees uh, in my database system, in my database of this project. Okay, so here you can see that I'm ordering all the employees based upon their created date in the descending order. Okay, and here is the query that in the employees controller you can see that what I did at the rate employees equal to employee dot order created at descending order. Okay, now if we apply the default scope on this, so here you can see that I let me define a default scope. Okay, so default scope, and here what we can provide, let's say order, and order is, let's say, email as ascending order. Okay, now what will happen here, you can see that I have the ordering of employee records based upon their created and attribute in the descending order, but I applied default scope in the employee model based upon the email in ascending order. Okay, so now you will see a different order of the records display in the browser. Okay, so let's refresh the page, and here you can see that the records are first sorted with the default scope that I mentioned, that it is first properly ordered by the email. Okay, and that order I defined in the default scope in the employee model. Okay, and then it is applying that order query. Okay, now there is one more thing, that the reorder. Okay, so the question is that might be asked to you, that does reorder affects the default scope ordering? Okay, so yes, the reorder affects the default ordering of the default scope result. Okay, so here how we can use reorder, that let's say reorder and then id. So what this will do, that you can see that I applied a default scope on the employee model with order email as ascending order. Okay, and then in the employee controller, what I'm doing, that based upon the default order, what I'm doing, that created it in descending order. Okay, and then again I applied a reordering of the attributes with based upon the id attribute. Okay, so now what we'll do, that whatever result you get till this point, okay, till this point, it will rearrange the collection based upon the id attribute in ascending order, because I did not provided anything, any specific order here, like whether it's descending or ascending. So by default it will take it into the ascending order. Okay, so now if you go to the browser and refresh the page, you will see something like that. Okay, so you can see that it has arranged the all the records based upon their id attributes. Okay, or created it in ascending order. So here you can see that id is 3456. Okay, so if interviewer asks you that does the reordering or reorder affect the ordering mentioned in the default scope, so you need to answer that yes, it will affect that. Okay, and it will forcefully affect that. Okay, because no matter that what ordering we have applied in the default scope, but if we use reordering after the default scope, it will consider the ordering mentioned within the reorder, whether it is ascending or descending. You can choose based upon your requirement. Okay, but reorder always affects the order of the default scope, or whatever order you have applied, it will always affect. Okay, so this might be the question for you, and you can see the question on the screen as well. Okay, so I hope this lecture helps you and you find it okay, and we will meet into another lecture with another interview question. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, stay safe.